So, y'all have heard of, Michael Jackson's really amazing song that, even though he's dead, people can't stop playing and jamming to it, right? Billie Jean, right? Now, obviously, I have some questions, okay? Is Billie Jean's like an actual person? Someone who is actually alive and bears the name Billie Jean, or did he change it? And like, what was that about? Because it seems to me like he made a lot of money off of that. Did he gain something in return after he made the song, or he was just making it down his alley and it's like, oh my god, I made my own song? Or it was like, I'm making this song for you, then whatever I get, I will give the money to you. Did he actually impregnate someone? And did he use that to get out of child support? Because if he's singing an entire song that goes, that kid is not mine, I mean, isn't that enough evidence? Because it seems like rather than run away from the problem, he threw a song at it. The song made a lot of money. I'm not even sure he'd probably even give a damn if he has to pay for child support, but damn, you know what? Some people should take, a page out of his book. Bang someone, make a banger song out of it. And then the proceeds just keep on coming. Because I also feel like part of the reason why Billie Jean did so well is because of the fact that there was drama behind it. I'm telling you, everything that blows up has drama attached to it. Everyone that blows up has drama attached to them. Which is making things so interesting for me. It's like this sign that's telling me, jump into that scandal. Become the god you were always meant to be. They're just kind of like wrong and crazy and stupid. But if I had a nickel for every time dumb and stupid things brought the most benefit, well, I'd be a billionaire. I'm on my way there, but that would have been an instant tip. And technically, if you're amassing all the dumb and stupid things you've done in your life and it reaches $1 billion, doesn't it mean that you'd still be right where you were? You would instantaneously be a billionaire because you're like, what, 20 something? I'll have you know, I'm close to my jubilee years. The times that I'm absolutely old. Bro, you're not even half 50. I'm half 50, okay? Half 50. You know what? Aside from all the things that I'm going to achieve, it would be nice to have a tea house or cafe. Something just to separate myself from everyone else. That sounds quite rather narcissistic, don't you think? It's pretty normal when you want to get away from it all. My own cafe. It's a place I can just chill. I don't need to talk about box office or Billboard charts or get into a dance battle with Usher. I wonder if I'll be able to get in a dance battle with Usher, because I want to dance. We're not like crazy, stupid dance, but more coordinated and sensual kind of dancing. Plus, I think I can beat him. Seems like he moves with the rhythm. I also move with the symphony. Cause me and Samson, not watching the sunset tonight. I'm dancing right now. Seriously. We gotta go get our hair cut. Now I'm thinking what we did last time, but shorter. I don't wanna but I don't want it to be that way. I don't want it to be long. You know what? Maybe, I don't know if I want my image to be like Pop Smoke, like got the whatever, what do they call it? Braids? Or like freaking Drake. Braids? No. You know the most annoying thing that I've ever encountered? ChatGPT. Not because of any other reason, but I googled Drake's name. Tells me well-renowned rapper. Like Lil Wayne, well-renowned rapper. Bill Gates, like pioneer, computer age, all that crazy shit. And then I Google Young Titan. It says this person is not relevant. No part of it. It does not matter. It's like, fuck you, chat. I'm important, right? And I think I'm looking forward to that day. I'm actually pinning a day in my calendar where that's gonna be a reality. Where I'm gonna go onto ChatGPT and ask the question, who is Young Titan? And it will give so much fucking info that it will crash. Because that's how it gets done. Plus, if we don't, it's not like that's our only life goal. But I'd be darn lying if I said it wasn't important. Why does the weather have to be cold though? I can't really get out of bed unless I've had my morning motivation. My morning motivation. It's not for. It's for making me feel like I don't need to do the extra. Years from now, or months from now, people will seek after my content, okay? Even probably right now, people seek after my content. Do you know why? Because I'm one of the greatest, okay? I'm one of the greatest in the world. An absolute mind-blowing genius. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Tell me why. Because it's always feeling like nothing. You start making content. Everyone thinks they're good. You're not gonna enter a room and be like, oh, I'm better than all of you. Feel better about yourself. Chances are, the moment you walk into the room, someone has already really established their name because they feel as if they need to reiterate that they're the best twice. So what you gotta do is consistently embolden your claim. Don't try and shove it down people's throats, but live within the premise you've created. You are the best. Well, shows you're the best. Show it. Prove it to us. Shake that hip if that hip doesn't lie. See your eyes, they all over me. Don't be shy, take control of me. Move with that rhythm rather than just stand there and hope to God that no one questions your relevance. I think it always starts in the mind. Sometimes the reason why people get high is because they want to be in a state of mind that is either they don't give a fuck about what everyone says, or they feel too good to care. That's why some people get drunk when they want to tell you their feelings. Because they don't want whatever it is that your rebuttal will be to hurt them. If you like them back, yay! We'll remember it tomorrow. If it doesn't work out and you try and destroy them, yay! We'll feel it twice bad tomorrow. So, that doesn't mean that I drink or anything. Thing is, I've never touched alcohol. Not that it's a bad thing or anything. It's just I feel as if my metabolism is meant for chocolate rather than alcohol. Although I've had chocolate wine. It was gross, and I never want to drink it again. Honestly, I don't. Whoever tells you the chocolate wine is amazing, maybe they have different versions. Maybe mine was bought at the dollar store or something because it was ass, straight up ass. And I hated it. I hate it. But anyways, sometimes it's very great to be positive about what your future holds rather than look at all the things in front of you. Sometimes it's very easy to get lost in your environment, but if you have a goal somewhere you wish to be, the best thing you can ever do for yourself is to ponder over it rather than be miserable about whatever hits you, you know. If you're the best, be the best. Embolden the idea of what it means to be the best. Sometimes people always try to switch, you know. They say they're modest, but in reality they're shy. You know, it's like you have the power to be something more, but you're afraid to take the first step. It's like, oh, I know, and I'm not any different. I be telling you these things, and it's like, oh my god, he's so brave. No, no. I struggle with these on daily. Every single day is this new challenge that doesn't stop, doesn't end. Sometimes it evolves into something else. Sometimes it becomes something else. And I have to think quick on my feet, else it's going to hit me in the head and destroy whatever progress that I've made. But one thing I've come to realize is that I will always get better. Every single day that comes. Even if it's by fraction of a millimeter. I will get better and better and better until it reaches that day where I get so good that I become the only comparison that makes sense. I become the only thing that makes sense. I become the only narrative. I become the only definition of perfection. Because it's not really about who tries to pull you down. Because trust me, if you want those, if you want to look into those, you can get a bunch of them. And some of them could even they could come involuntarily. You know, it's not like they plan to be your haters or something. Some of them have been in the situation before, and for them it was not a good turnout, and so they're like, "Oh my God, you're totally gonna screw this up, and you're gonna waste this part of your life." You know, I'm giving you this advice so you can skip the part where you become disappointed at the outcome. You know, and most people don't think of it that way. Some people always look at their haters and they're like, "Oh, you want to see me fail, don't you?" Bro, no, they don't. Chances are they've been you. They've been what you're doing. They've been in that same situation before. They've had their heart broken, and seeing it reoccur or see it happen twice does not make them feel good. So when they try to talk to you out of it, it's not like they hate you, but they want to see you fall. Bro, no. They're like trying to save you from what you're probably gonna find out on your own. I see, the dice is not the same for everyone. When I get snake eyes, you can get something entirely different. Chances are, you might not even need a dice. Maybe you're playing checkers. We're not playing the same game, which is why when someone tells you that I've tried it before, it doesn't work, the first and most important thing you should do is go try it yourself. Because we're not on the same level. We're not on the same. You might think that we're on the same level because, oh my God, we finished the same high school together. No, no. We're in no way are we on the same level. Maybe you might think that, and maybe it brings you comfort. That could be reality. The reality is this: my path is my path alone. God did not drop me on this earth to be a carbon copy of you. So rather than absorb whatever advice you have for me, I'd rather, do it on my own, see where it gets me. It's great when your advice falls through, but I can tell you this: God does not work with systems. Oh no! The rules and regulations demand that you need to be a part of this country before you can get the scholarship. No. Or for instance, oh no, you need to be in a clique, or you need to have links before you can get the scholarship. Do you have anyone who is already part of the scholarship board? No, that's not how God works. He's not like, oh, let's see. Well, you didn't really impress us because your father does not work in this office. It's kind of clear to me that most of the time, whenever someone prays for a miracle, they're really just praying that someone in a high position is going to show them favor. It's like, I wish the president would come see me. I wish Bill Gates would adopt me. Great. Maybe that's exactly what's going to happen. Well, what makes you think he's going to give you any of his money? I think sometimes we pray for the wrong things. And sometimes God gives us an answer to that prayer, but we don't understand it as an answer because we want everything to be so quick. Like noodles, You don't need a lot to do noodles. You don't need a lot to make a noodle meal. You want an egg. You want just a fresh egg, put that inside. I had a bowl, cooking pan, put some water in there, put the noodles in there, put the spices in there, boom, noodles, delicious, ready to go, ready to eat. You're done, you're full, you drink some water, you're good to go. It really is it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer as to how to put those pieces together. God works like that. God gives you exactly what you need to make it, right? Every time you buy the noodles, it's in a packet, right? Packet. You don't just eat it, unless you're really hungry though. I've tried it. It's like crackers. Crackers. It's really great. It's better if you just cook the damn thing though. But ideally, when you find yourself in a place where you are starting to question what you want to do with your life and you try to look to other people, you're not going to get the same result because everyone is on a different path. And the last thing you should do is to estimate what God's going to do in your life because of what you've seen in others. You're not the same. I thought I was on the same level as my brother. So I was like, I tried to hide under his shadow. I was like, if I do what my bro did, maybe my external family or my entire family would see me as a child with proud prospects. But I never got to his level. I never intend to. I realized that the level that I was trying to go for was not achievable because I was in a different world. My world, a world that I had, was in no way compatible with his. But it has also taught me so much more. Sometimes a lot of people rush into this whole thing called life. It's like, I need to be a billionaire at 20. It matters. You want to be a billionaire? Fine. You can be it. You're not gonna appreciate life more if you have a lot of money, though. And who says billionaires don't crash and burn? Who says billionaires haven't committed suicide before? People pretend like when all the money in the world is given to them, all the trouble goes away. Like what Eminem said, money doesn't buy happiness, it buys crazy ass happiness. See, that's the thing. Still, crazy ass happiness can still make you depressed. It's either you can't share it with someone you love, or your mind just keeps going back to when things were simple and not complicated. When you didn't have to decide between the Wagyu beef and the rotisserie chicken. You could just like, eggs, boom, we have ourselves a buffet. Because it was always simpler, you know, life, you would always cast back and you want the simple life. Everyone wants the simple life. The thing that they don't have to go through their minds thinking about every day because they already know what they want, you know. I think sometimes when I feel all that I'm going to give to my parents, I'm going to take them away from everything. I'm going to take them away from their lives in Africa. Give them a new one. Get them a new life in the US. Unbothered by anything. They don't have to worry about taxes. They don't have to worry about any of that shit. And I can tell you right now that they can still complain about some shit. I'm just saying. They probably will be talking about some shit that probably has never crossed their minds. For instance, I know for a fact that eventually one of them is gonna spill me, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna give us those grandkids, my guy? Where are those babies? Unless of course you want me to make like Michael Jackson and get a Billie Jean. Don't push me. Because I know that's gonna happen eventually. Honestly, I haven't really thought about it yet. Not because I'm scared or anything. But the way I made it sound like right now, it does sound like I'm scared, doesn't it? Well, I guess the truth is, I'm not really looking into it because I know I'm gonna be great. If there's anyone who's gonna be tied into perfection when it comes to being a boyfriend, it's me. I've studied it as a master's course. I've got a PhD, bro. I'm legit. In fact, I have a prognosis that if I get into a relationship with any girl, she will be addicted to me. And that would be a lot more. That sounds like I'm running my mouth. And for a guy who has such an interesting temper and an unapologetic, sarcastic side, it seems like I'm not making any sense. But the truth is, the one thing I want to do, above all, is be perfect at human relations. I don't want to screw it up. So in order to not screw it up, I go the other way. Besides, I also know that a perfect relationship, whatever it entails, also involves quarrels. But I also know one thing too. Being the perfect boyfriend is suicide. You want to be a perfect boyfriend? Yeah, good luck with that. You ever wonder why Jesus never got a girlfriend? It was like, come to do the Lord's work, not to hook up. So leave me out of that shit. John, if I see you anywhere near any one of those, I'm gonna call them B word, any one of those hollow women, we have a problem. See, Jesus didn't vibe with that. He was 30, okay? No teenage mutant ninja turtles were laying around because Jesus, he wasn't going out to clubs and vibing with girls and shit. No, right? But you can't tell me that he was afraid to go into a relationship. If anything, he'll probably be the best guy there ever was. Like, food covered. Like, he's got a G-Wagon that you can borrow from pretty much anyone. It's like, yo, let me take out your donkey for a spin. Like, bro, like, do it, do it, do it, do it. Like, there's no restriction as to, because the guy was mainly like, he was a celebrity, you know. He was like, oh my God, fresh off the hood, bro. And it kind of pulled, and he was just like a magnet. I know Mary Madeline was trying to do more than just clean his feet, though, but we all know he refrained. He was refraining, my guy. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that whichever path we decide to take, there could always be problems attached to it. Sometimes it's not the best things ever, but maybe just focus on what your future is to be rather than focus on everything else. The right chick will come along, I promise you. God has one for everyone. And even if he doesn't,